Hello my dear students, welcome to our channel Multimedia of Science. Now I am here with you to discuss the first part of the chapter Animal Kingdom, the +1 chapter, and it will be helpful for that of the NEET repeaters also. So first I am discussing this chapter on the step by step. So first focused on that of the some important topics. First one is about the basis of classification. The basis of classification. And under this topic, we are discussing levels of organization, the symmetry, diploplastic and triploplastic organization, and the coelom, segmentation, notochord. Clear? These topics are all discussed under this basis of classification. So, now in this video, I am discussing the basis of classification. Clear? So first one is about the levels of organization. The levels of organization. There are some more levels which are discussed in that of the classification of this animal kingdom. So the fundamental feature which is used in the animal classifications are including the arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of coelom, patterns of digestive systems, and the circulatory or reproductive systems. Five factors, five features are used in the animal classification. Which are they? Yeah, arrangement of the cells. Arrangement of cells. Next is symmetry, the body symmetry. Then patterns of digestive. Then circulatory or reproductive systems. And next is the nature of coelom. Clear? These five are under the basis of classification. And first I am discussing here the levels of organization. Okay, under this topic there are cellular level of classification, organ system, organ level of classification. Okay, that is all coming under this topic. So first I am discussing about the cellular level of organization. Clear? First is about the cellular level of organization. And this cellular level of organization is shown by sponges. Okay, so in sponges the cells are arranged as the loose cell aggregate. Okay, all are loose cell aggregates. So what you remember about this cellular organization is that loose cell aggregates. And in NCERT text there is one word which is regarding the cellular level of organization, that is division of labor. So please focus on this. Division of labor is regarding the cellular level of organization. Next is about the organ level of organization. Organ level of organization and organ system level of organization. Organ system. Now I am discussing about organ system. The organs are all together make this organ system. Okay, so organ system level of organization is shown by who? Two, that is echinoderms and the chordates. So example for this organ system level of organization is echinoderms and the chordates. Echinoderms and the chordates. Echinoderms and chordates are all discussing in the NCERT textbook. Okay, detailedly I make the class on this chapter, on this topic in the next video. So next is about the circulatory system. So that is over here, and next we are dealing with that of the circulatory system, which is of two type, open type and closed type, and also the digestive system, that is digestive system, complete digestive system and incomplete digestive system. Okay, so this is all complete here, and next we are dealing with that of the circulatory system and the digestive system. So when we dealing with the digestive system, the digestive system is of two type, the complete digestive system and incomplete digestive system. In complete digestive system, there are two openings. One is mouth and another is anus. Okay, so when mouth and anus are present, then it is called complete digestive system. And if there is only one opening, okay, for example, the digestive system in the platyhelminthes. So example is platyhelminthes. So in platyhelminthes, it has only one single opening to the outside of the body that serves both as mouth and anus. So it is example for incomplete digestive system. Clear? Yes. Next is about the circulatory system. That is about the digestive system. Next is about the circulatory system. In circulatory system, it is of two types. What are they? Open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. And in open type, in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissues are directly bathed in it. Okay, if you see the word directly bathed in it, which means there is no special vessels or special veins to carry and they are all directly bathed in it, then it is open type circulatory system. And when we discussed about the closed circulatory system, it has artery, vein, capillaries and all, and it is circulated through a series of the vessels. So if there is the presence of the vessels, then it is closed circulatory system. The human beings all are included in that of the closed circulatory system. Next is about the symmetry. Okay, that is about the levels of organization, cellular organs, asymmetry and radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. So there are three types of the symmetry in which the animals can be classified. So first one is asymmetry. What do you mean by asymmetry? If there is any plane that passes through the center which does not divide them into the equal half. Okay, that is, if take this as, for example, if we take this as an animal, then look this here, if this dividing it, that is not in that of the equal half, and that is named as to be asymmetry. Okay, simply I am explain this in this way. Okay, so next is about, example for this asymmetry is sponges. Okay, sponges under the group the porifera. The sponges is showing the asymmetry, and next is bilateral symmetry and radial symmetry. So radial symmetry. Radial symmetry showing organisms are coelenterate, ctenophore and echinoderms. These three are showing the radial symmetry. Clear? Coelenterate, ctenophores and echinoderm. These three are showing the radial symmetry. What do you mean by radial symmetry? When any plane passes through the center axis of the body, divides the organism into the two identical halves. That is called, if any which passes through that of this, and it gives that of the two identical halves, that is named as to be radial symmetry. Then go through the bilateral symmetry. We can make that when the body is divided into that of the identical left. Okay, human beings are like this, identical left and right portion. Okay, identical left and right portions are there. Look, identical. Okay, so identical portions are going, and then it will be example for the bilateral symmetry and annelids and arthropods. Okay, annelids and arthropods are here examples. So bilateral symmetry, annelids and arthropods; radial symmetry, coelenterate, ctenophores and echinoderms; sponges is example for asymmetry. So please focus on these examples. Clear? Next is about the diploblastic and triploblastic organisms. Okay. Diploblastic and the triploblastic. Okay, this classification is based on that of the coelom. So ectoderm, endoderm, diploblastic. Okay, and if there is ectoderm and endoderm and mesoderm, then it is included in that of the triploblastic. So animals in which the cells are arranged in the two embryonic layer. If they have the two embryonic layer, then what is that two embryonic layer? Ectoderm and endoderm. These two embryonic layers are present, then it is named as to be diploblastic animals, and the example for this diploblastic animals is coelentrates only. Okay, so coelentrates is the example for diploblastic. And next is about the triploblastic, an undifferentiated layer called mesoglia. Okay, what is that? Mesoglia is present between the ectoderm and the endoderm. The developing embryo has a third germinal layer. Okay, so ectoderm and endoderm, if mesoglia are present here, then it develops into that of the third germinal layer, and that is called what? Mesoderm. Okay, so in between the ectoderm and endoderm, mesoderm is present, then it is called triploblastic. And example for this triploblastic is Platyhelminthes to chordates. Okay, while taking the order from this NCERT textbook, from Platyhelminthes to the chordates. Okay, to the chordates. These are all example for that of the triploblastic. Okay, these are all example for the triploblastic. Clear? Next is about the subtopic from this about diploblastic and triploblastic. That is about the coelom, which I already tell about coelom. So coelom, there is coelomates, pseudocoelomate and s-coelomates. So I'm already discussed about this coelom, and now I am dealing with some examples only. So what is example for the s-coelomate? So s-coelomates example is the Platyhelminthes. So example for s-coelomate is the Platyhelminthes. Example for the pseudocoelomate. Okay, pseudocoelomate, which is found as the pouches. Okay, pouches. So pseudocoelomates example is Aschelminthes. And the last one, the coelomates. Coelomates, there is so many examples. Coelomates, annelids, mollusk, arthropod, echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. Hemichordates and chordates. These are all examples for that of the coelomates. Okay. So a coelomate, pseudocoelomate, coelomates. So please watch and pause this video and make this and useful for you. Okay. Thank you.